what are we up to today? Well, I've got a few things to do. This hopefully will be a quick little one. This is a teardown on some of these solar garden light modules. I've got several of these have showed up, and they were fitted with this crackled glass finish, which my apprentice managed to shatter and spread all through the house and bed, and it took us quite a bit of packing tape to get all the little tiny bits of glass up. But yeah, I thought I might dismantle these and find out why they're not functioning and see if there's any usable parts in them. And yeah, just for the curiosity of pulling things apart, in case you've ever seen these and wondered what was in them. So let's get cracking. So, you may hear some background noise here. It's the busy time of night in my household. But we're going to start by undoing these two screws, and I'm going to tip them out. And something I discovered from an initial examination earlier is that pulling this little clip off allows this to slide out. And that's just a stainless or aluminium ring. Sounds like stainless. Or very poor stainless anyway. Now from here I assume we can probably get this out. Where is it? There are needle nose pliers into the screw holes. Should be able to wriggle this gently and the unit removes. So I have a little battery here that looks suspiciously like a lithium primary and not a rechargeable. Let's pop this out. This looks like, well, it's definitely leaky at the end. Oh, it's a nickel metal hydride. Okay. I have a bunch of little batteries of this same size and style. I forget the name of it. And these battery holders might be useful for them because I don't have the torch that uses them anymore. And they were lithium primaries. And we have possibly the world's most basic charge circuit in here with a little transistor. Well, not a transistor, it's a four-legged thing. So, triac? I don't know. Oh, and the LED, which is trying to extract from here. So there's our little LED. And what is this? Can you have a close look here? Oh, where's my magnifying glass? Let's have a look here. I'll try and focus this so the camera can see it. And, well, it's stuck to my fingers. Alright. Wow, my magnifying glass is dirty. We can sort of see there what the number is. You guys can probably see it better than I can. But let's see if I can find a position in which the light hits it properly. Let's use my naked eye and the one that still works properly. My left eye has got some permanent vision loss now because of the last attack of MS. I used to read hearing aid numbers, serial numbers, like this. It's a 4079 something. There we go, it's an ANA 618 44079. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. But yeah, what have we got going on in here? So we have our little tiny solar panel. We literally have a resistor and that little mystery component, which, well, I guess it could be a dedicated component. They make enough of these things. Yeah, really simple. Just that resistor is obviously just a current limit resistor for the LED, and that component is regulating the charge. That might be a little like all-in-one package specifically for this task. Probably some kind of like little oscillator circuit or something. But we don't care about that. The battery's shagged, and I reckon I can use this. So I reckon I can use most of this. The battery holder I can certainly use. As I've got some of those batteries. In fact, I might go see if I can find some now. So after much rummaging through the shed, I only found the back cover for one of these battery packs. It appears I gave most of them away for a mate who had some laser pointers that used them. Output of those were a little dubious too. Now the size of these in a lithium primary is called a CR123A. It flashed back to my memory as I was looking through it. I'm going to peel the cover of this up. the outcome of me not having these batteries means that I probably don't need the battery holder anymore. So I might just extract the solar cells. In the meantime, I want to peel the heat shrink off this and see what's actually printed on the casing, because I reckon this is a 100 milliamp hour. Well, my apprentice is having a dispute with YouTube by the sound of it. I hope she's not trying to troll someone. Now, let's continue peeling this off. Well, there's nothing stamped on the can, so I think that's about the end of that. Alright, well, I'm going to harvest a few bits here. I want to get this solar panel out, which I will do in a minute. I'm going to nip the leads off it. And I might recover this LED. Beyond that, there's not much I can use. So I'll discard that. Let's open up the other one and see what the state of affairs is in that one. Pop that open. Get our screwdriver. And then turn righty to lefty loosey. Well, I guess we could turn it righty tighty until it strips out the thread, and then it might come out anyway. No one might like it, won't be that simple. Let's have a look here. Yep, same deal as expected. This one just didn't have contact on the battery. So this one may outlive. Oh, it's flashing a little bit. It's just poor battery contact. Ooh. Okay. Battery's got a little bit of a dirty end on it, and there's... Ooh, that looks like it had... This looks like it's just had water in it. Where's a contact cleaner? This is a bit of a scrub up. This is magic stuff, this. Right. Put that back in there. Oh, had some life in it for a bit. Yeah. I hear what the dispute was. It was bath time for my apprentice. She's normally pretty good about that. Alright, I want to see if I can remove both these solar panels. I actually do have a piece of glass on here, and see if I can put them in parallel. We might have ourselves a useful little light. Alright, I'm going to do a couple of things. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I stopped for a moment. I had a bit of an inkling, and this other cell that I'd cut the case away on might not be stuffed. I actually measured it, and it had 1.2 volts. And lo and behold, this one does work rather well. So we've got a good battery. And that behaves as it should. So I wonder if I can put these in parallel, but I also don't like this big holder arrangement, so I think I might try and put two in parallel, just for the proverbial and gills. Alright, let's get a few things done here. First thing I want to get done is to try and get this panel out, and I'm just going to squeeze and try and deform this casing here, see if I can convince the glass to pop up. I might get one of Tinkerman Mix sponges here, and we'll pop this up. Oh, something went crack. I hope it's not the panel itself. Oh. I might just cut some of the side off this. Give me one moment. Alright, now that I've trimmed the excess plastic off, I can get into the silicon here and give it a bit of a push on both sides, and out comes our little solar panel, which is all just sandwiched on glass. Wow, that's economic assembly, I guess. I need to give these a bit of a clean up. There's a bit of glue residue on here. Good old contact cleaner to the rescue. Works really well for getting sticky labels off too, by the way. Alright, so there's a solar panel. I did damage one of the leads slightly here in getting it out, so I wonder if there's actually a pad there that we can use. I'm being gentle here because I want to try and find that. Yeah, there is a pin. Okay, it's actually a pin under all of that. If I can lift it off without damaging anything, it'd be nice. Yep, okay. Now, first order of duty here is to mark those. I have a Sharpie somewhere. Off to one side here. So I'm going to guess that's our positive. That's our negative. I think that's actually already marked there, but anyway, alright. So, yeah, if I twist them off, might be able to solder to it. Oh, single strand on that one. That might give us a bit of room to clear up around the pins here, this black silicon. Right, I'll do a bit of clearing up and we'll get the other one out and see what we can do. Alright, so now it looks like everything practically exploded. I have my two solar panels separated. And I've got the terminals exposed. I better warm up. Whoop, I better not bump my camera. There's little bits of rubber everywhere, little bits of silicon. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, now I've got them out. I'm going to take this bit of lock wire here. I'm going to solder across the terminals like that and add a bit of hot glue, and hopefully they will become a single panel. And then I'll work on extracting the rest of this circuit, maybe trimming the battery holder down to be a more delicate size. So while everything warms up, I'm going to continue watching a bit of a documentary while I wait, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and I've flipped my camera angle around a bit, and I need to turn on the extraction fan. I need a little bit of solder onto these now. That's a big blob, but that's alright. A little bit onto here and a little bit onto here. This black silicon makes life kind of difficult. Ah, there we go. Ah, the legs are actually soldered onto a pad by the looks, but I can work with that. Oh, there's our pad coming out with a bit of heat. So let's wipe all this off the board and go from there. Let's see. Oh, stuck down a bit. That's messy, but I think I can get the last of this stuff off here. Ah, finally, we're looking at clean stuff. Okay, let's get our bit of lock wire here. Get a bit of flux core tin lead solder here, and we'll get the end here tinned a bit. Now we measure roughly where we want, somewhere about there, and we'll tin this bit as well. Right, cleaning the tip regularly when we do big stuff. Well, actually probably more importantly on the small stuff. Let's get a bit of heat into this and see if we can bond the two. And I think I have. Whoop, no, I moved too soon. Lots of thermal energy in that. Just let it sit for a moment. Feels a bit better. Now let's give it a slight downward bend here. Oh, and that is hot. I wonder why. Okay. Now, push this down here, get a bit of heat into it. Alright. Now we'll rinse and repeat for the other side. Alright, well, this ran into a hitch. We can see here this little gap, and that is a gap because we've ripped a pad off the back of the panel. Oh well, let's just rip this one off because that's pretty well shagged. And we'll try and do something else with this. I'm not sure how else. I think that pad might have just been glued down. I probably could make a connection to it. But for the purposes of this is just purely experimental. So let's see what else we can do with this. Alright, well this turned out to be a somewhat pointless endeavour. I got this little solar panel working and reassembled in something not unlike what we started with. But it does work, crucially. And I can tell that there is a clear cutoff, so that little component is actually doing something. So yeah, well at least that sort of works. I was hoping to have two panels on it, but yeah. Alright, I'll leave this in the sun and see what it does. It might be interesting. I'll find a use for it later, but it was good to dismantle some stuff. The things you do while you're trying to stay away from people. Anyway guys, I hope this was interesting. There's going to be a lot of little short things going on. I've got a bit to catch up on. So I hope you enjoy it. See you next time.